Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I'm so glad you're here because tonight we're going to be talking about the Capitals versus Canucks game. This is the post-game show, and so make sure you put in your comments into the comment section. I love to have Canuck conversations. Now, I am a little concerned about this tonight's stream because I've been having internet problems tonight, so I'm hoping it doesn't freeze. I hope it doesn't cut out, but there's a possibility. So I'm going to go as long as I can without the challenges that we got here. But tonight, the Canucks come into stay at home, and the Capitals come into town, and the Canucks break the losing streak. Everyone, the losing streak is over. Apparently, there's no place like home. There's no place like home, right? So Ovechkin comes into town. There's pictures of him being at the casino today that was circulating. And it's like, I mean, what do they do on their off time? I don't know. Maybe that was just AI, but it looked like it was real to me. Okay, so the Canucks come out. And what's wild about this game, honestly, is the Canucks go down 2-0. 2-0 and come back to score 4 straight. And that is the crazy part to this. And I just want to bring this up because I want to show it to you here. Hopefully this doesn't mess up here. It doesn't mess up here. Okay. So as you can see, to my whatever side I am on, Dylan Strome scores on the power play. Washington gets another power play goal there. Strome gets a second point in that, and it looks like it's just going to be another one of those days. And then all of a sudden, the Vancouver Canucks do their stuff, work their magic, everyone, and you get to see how incredible this team is. Apparently, and I know that some of the people who are on Team Tank are nervous about this. And I think the big question that we want to ask is, as we look here about the 4 straight goals from Besser, Kane, O'Connor, and Hronek, is that, are you worried the Canucks are going to win too many games down the stretch and knock themselves out of a top pick in this year's draft? Post in the comments, okay, if you're worried about that, or you're not worried about that, or you're semi-worried about it. Post it in the comments because I'd love to chat with you about it. Because I think in the back of the Canucks' minds, we think about these things and go, hey, we need to keep losing. But how many, these guys are professional players, right? And this being a night where they needed to respond, it was these guys are professionals. They have too much pride on the line to just go out there and keep losing 5-0, 5-1, 6-0. That's done with, right? They got to be competitive, even if they lose just like they did last game and only lost by 1 goal. You're looking here at a goal. They find a way to win, and not only did they find a way, they really made a statement with 4 straight goals. And whether you're mad about it or not, post in the comments, everyone, what you think, because I think this is really interesting. But for example, Coach Foote calls out the veterans, and they respond with a great game tonight. And that was impressive because everyone wants to, I get it. Everyone wants to be down on the Canucks and all those kind of things. Oh, we should have lost. What are these idiots doing? It's no, They're going out there to try to compete and win games. And we criticize a guy like Brock Besser who hasn't scored, then he scores and you get mad. Like, there's no winning here within the fan base. You're either mad about this or you're mad about that. And I get it. I'm guilty of it too. I do a lot of ranting about this team. But if you want, guys, if you want and you like Canucks content that is passionate, realistic, and honest, click the like and subscribe, everyone, because that's what you're going to get with me. That's what you're going to get with me. But Brock Besser scoring here is a good thing. He can't just go and just stink it up. Now, especially if you want guys like Besser, Kane, possibly Hronek traded, maybe DeBrusk, you want them to have some good games to go there. I'm not necessarily saying we're going to do that. I think there's only going to be one or two more trades the Canucks make, and that's it. Now, you got to remember, Blueger returned tonight. So that's a step in the positive direction, right direction. Blueger, the thing about Blueger is, finally, he's had a really significant injury. Forbert, even worse, and then setbacks and multiple things. You've got these guys who, Blueger hasn't played for half the season. Forbert's not going to play. He's not going to play, probably, if he does, at the end of the season, if he does. Then you got Demko out, and he's getting second opinions across the world from different people and physicians, of course, and that's what I mean. So, what do you want from these guys? Blueger's back, and I've missed watching Teddy Blueger play. But Brock Besser needs to score. Evander Kane needs to score. He needs to up his trade value. Evander Kane, in my opinion, is as good as gone. I had someone come into my comments this week and just say, you know what, Rev, it's not good. I think Kane should stay. They should give him the C. I'm like, wow, that was a comment I did not believe that I'd read in my comments, is that someone thinks that we should keep and retain Kane and give him the captaincy. I'm not there. I think that we need to trade him for a draft pick. We need to rebuild this thing and keep getting draft picks. But I don't know what you're going to get for Kane. He's not costing us a lot of money at this stage. I mean, for the rest of the season, what is he going to make? $2.5 million? That's not a lot. We can even retain salary on him. But Kane scores tonight as well. Then you got Drew O'Connor, who had a fantastic game. Not only did he score tonight, he should have scored in the third period right off the bat. He had 3 opportunities. One was off the crossbar. And he had another shot just a couple seconds later to Logan Thompson's, it would be his left, Connor's right. And then he had a partial breakaway where he tried to go 5-hole. Drew O'Connor looked really good tonight. And that's what we need to see more of him going forward. But yeah, and then Filip Hronek, who doesn't score a lot of goals, ends up scoring his goal. So let's dive into this a little. Oops, I went the wrong way. A little bit deeper, okay? A little bit deeper. And as you can see, right here is, we'll just go to the goals. So the goal visualizer here, Kane comes in the forecheck with Kempf, and he gets the puck here and passes out to Brock, and he gets down on that knee and gets that wrist shot in. That was quite nice. And then Evander Kane from DeBrusk, the faceoff wins there. Kane gets it. DeBrusk steals it. Kane comes back around, puts it in front off of the player, the Washington player, and in. It counts. Doesn't matter on the score sheet. It counts as the same as a deep goal, a beautiful goal. And then you got Drew O'Connor. And what I like about Drew O'Connor is I do like his speed. So you got Verlander shoots it in. Brock gives some trouble here. Kempf out to O'Connor, who's in front. That was beautiful. Let's just do that again, because as you see, it's just a hard-working goal, right? You got Brock causes problems. Kemp gets it, passes it out in front, and Connor scores, and it was a quick one. That was pretty beautiful. And then you got the edge work here. Hronek from Verlander to Brusk back over, and he gets the goal, squeaks it on the short side there. I mean, those were impressive goals. You're talking DeBrusque gets 2 assists tonight. Besser gets 2 points. Is it 2? Yeah, 2 points. That's a good night. And overall, it's a good night for them. The Capitals had more shots on net than we did. They destroyed us on the faceoffs. So guys, look at that. Look at that number just for a second. 61% to our 38%. That is unbelievably bad. How did we win this game? Then they scored 2 goals on the power play. We scored 0. Again, a problem. How do we find a way to win this game? They scored both goals on the power play. They should have won this game. They didn't. The Canucks come back and make a statement. So again, it goes to our big question of tonight. Are you worried the Canucks are going to win too many games down the stretch and knock themselves out of a top pick this year? We're going to dive into that in just a second, okay? Just a second. But we're going to dive into that. But look at this. Penalty minutes are the same. Hits are, they only had +1 on us. We had the same block shots. We had 3 more giveaways. They only had 1 more takeaway. And the Vancouver Canucks sweep the season series with the Washington Capitals. Who would have saw that coming? Okay, I want to dive into this question right here, and I want to get into your comments. So I'm going to get into that right now. And before I do that, I'm going to hit the promo, and then we're going to dive in. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Yeah, thank you for your support, everyone. Appreciate it. So Stewart's the first one here, and he's pumped because the Canucks win 4-3, and that's exciting news. Alfred is here as well. Canucks finally win. Now let's start another string of losses. I get it. I get it. We're Tank Nation. I get it, right? Dell says, I agree, just a minor setback. Hopefully the boys will get back on track. That's on track of losing. I get it. Totally understand. Devoria says, finally, 11-game losing streaks, history. We can do another one if we want, but I don't think that's good for the team culture. Yeah, so Marcus says, wow, we won. Where was the lightning? Right? Exactly, man. And Cosmic Dragon is pumped that we won a game. Coach Rob is in the building. He's saying that the stream seems to be working great. Let's just scroll down and see if anyone else has said anything else. Nope. Coach Rob, thank you for your feedback. Appreciate that. I was very worried. Like, I couldn't get online. It was kicking me out. So Brian says, this is what I was worried about. Bluger and Hedel coming back would cause wins to come. And I pray to the higher power that the Canucks don't go better than 500. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I get it. I don't think you have to worry, honestly, with this roster. Dell's thinking it's a major concern. Why is Bluger playing? What for? Because he's healthy. And he wants to play, and we're paying him. So we're not just going to say, just sit. Have the rest of the season off, Teddy. And it's not like Teddy is the goal scorer. He stops goals, that's for sure. Love watching him play. So, again, Stewart's excited about the big win tonight. Settle down now, says, bro, it's 1 game in 13. Not worried about winning right now. I agree. But at home already, in this homestand of 8 games in a row, first game we played really well. Thought that we were going to tie it up. And then tonight we found a way to win and come from behind and win and then hold on to the lead. That was pretty impressive. Burnsy says, no, they're going to go on another losing streak. Marcus says, was hearing tonight that they had to win or it looked like the players had tuned out the coach. That's a good point. Chemo, good to see you, man. My friend, my brother. Players are being paid to win games. Glad they won tonight. I'm tired of watching them lose over and over and over again. It was kind of a refreshing thing to see them actually win. It's like, oh, they do know how to play. Good. Go Canucks, go. Absolutely, Chemo. Brian says, I'm deathly worried. No joke. Part every night for a top 3 pick. What is that part? I told myself I would need to boycott the NHL for a few years to prove a point. What real fans want change, and they don't want mediocre city. I get it. I don't think we need to boycott it, but yeah. Call me Snake says, I think we got a shot at the playoffs. Oh, come on, man. I think that's a joke. We're out, man. There's no way I guess if we went on a massive winning streak. Cosmic, but I don't think it's realistic. Cosmic says, I've been on Team Tank from day one, but happy we broke the losing streak. They're not going to wreck the tank with this roster. I agree. Marcus is semi-concerned. Sports Muppets, good to see you. 600th game for Brock, and tonight he came to play. No, it's more than 600. It's like 602, 603 for Brock. Yeah, it's more than 600 for him now. But yeah, he came to play tonight. It's a top 5 minimum, ideally top 3, or I'll need a break from watching. I'll never support another team. I'll just stop watching NHL and just coach my kids' team more than I play more and play more myself. That's fine. That's your choice. Do whatever works for you, man. That way, for sure. Shannon's excited because she thought it was what a game, right? Good work, Shannon. We saw from the Canucks tonight, so that was pretty fun. I hope you're doing well. Marcus says it's only one game the Canucks seem to lose after that big win. Yep, absolutely. SGA Sports Talks in the building. How are you? I'm doing really well. I'm a big fan of your channel. Thank you so much. Trying to keep it consistent and working. This week is an extremely busy week for me, and I just needed to slide in and do this post-game show. The Sherwood trade happened. There's been a bunch of things that are going on in Canuck land. So lots of rumors. Lots of people wanted. I just did a video 2 nights ago. It was the post-game show for the Islanders, but more importantly, I reviewed the Patrick Alvine press conference where he talked about more trades were coming. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen that one, please do. But thanks, SGA Sports Talk, for your positive feedback, and I'm glad you enjoy the content. So Dell says at least EP40 had a solid game. No points. Oof. Ouch. Burn. Philip says, I'm happy we bumped the streak, but let's not make this a thing. Canucks win. I also have that, the Canucks. I also have Tank Nation on there. You can use that one as well. SGA says, I'm sub to you at 1.95 thousand subs. What? I'm that high. I don't think I'm that high, man. Oh, maybe I am. 1.9. Yes, I am now. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Let me just make sure that I'm seeing what you're seeing, because I didn't see that. Not that, at the end of the day, it's about who shows up and who watches and all that kind of stuff. So your videos. No, I want to go to dashboard. That's what I want to do. It says 1,944. I'm not there yet. I'm close. Yeah, I talked a lot about the Canucks win. It was an impressive performance by our veterans tonight. It was an impressive performance. They didn't just crumble after losing 2-0 on 2 power play goals by the Washington Capitals. 4 straight goals by the veterans. I was impressed. Lankinen looked good tonight as well. There was a number of people. Hronek gets on the board, and he doesn't score a lot of goals any year, but he's at 4 already this year. He can get between, 6 and 10. That's really where he's at. So, yeah, there was a number of positive things. Brock Besser playing really well, getting a couple points tonight. DeBrusque got a couple points. I thought that was overall a solid win by our Canucks, and I was happy to see them win tonight. Sensei Dean says Doc was flying, and nice to see him smiling. Everyone was skating hard. I agree. Dell says wanted to see Ovechkin score. Now chasing all-time scoring record regular season and playoffs. Yeah. The only time I've seen Ovechkin play live was in Vancouver, and he was about to score. He was going to move into the third place all time. And I think it was Kuznetsov or Backstrom. I can't remember who it was. Knocked in the puck that was going in and robbed Ovechkin of the goal. And it was really disappointing. But yeah, he's been one of the greats for sure. And that's why we call him the Great Eight. Sensei Dean says spacing was a little tighter too at times. I agree. Chris says, no, I don't think the win will hurt the tank, but winning once in a while is okay, and it makes the tank more entertaining. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just about just a little bit more I need to get. I'm trying to get to 2,000 this year. That's one of my little personal goals that I have, but whether I do or not is not huge, but I do appreciate all the love. Canucks win. Yeah, Shannon, we haven't been able to use that emoji in a long time, right? No, this win will not hurt the tank. I agree. Are you going to be doing a post-game show after the Sharks and Canucks game? I want to. I really do, but I'm not sure I can. Let me just make sure I want to go this way. The Sharks game. Yes, I'm planning on doing a post-game show against the Sharks next Tuesday night. Yes, I am 100% planning on doing that. Please join me for that too. Bluger seemed to be good. Absolutely. Dell says, I'm trying to convince Grogu to sub, but he has a long memory regarding the MJ incident. Yeah, Michael Jordan was in front of him for a long time, and he wasn't happy about that. So let's go streaking. Hey, Sensei Dean, we're on a one-game winning streak. Rod says, win 1, lose 10, draft lotto. Here we come. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Brian, when players miss games, do they still get their full salary paid to them? Yes. The answer is yes. Who is our leader? That's a great question. That's a great question. I would say Hronik's one of our leaders, Garland's one of our leaders, and Besser. That's would be my answer. Elfrin says, not worried about another W. And then he says, but would like to see the Canucks play with effort and still lose. I agree. Burnsy, good night. Thanks for coming by. Chris says, the only way they get to 500 is a 9 to 10 game winning streak, right? Brandon says, they played like I was in the arena, but I wasn't at the game. That's awesome, man. That's totally awesome. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Dreamer's like, yay, they won, but can win the odd few. Absolutely. Peter says, we are bottom feeders. Don't give us hope. Yeah, right. Is it time to spin the draft lottery wheel? You know what? I was thinking I should do that. And is the Tankathon one the best one? How do you do it? Let's do it with simulator. No, I want to sim lottery. Well, let's do that tonight. You guys can teach me how to do it. I haven't done it in a while. It was a fun game to watch. Do you have a poll question? My poll question is this, and this is the one that everyone's been answering. Is the big question tonight is, are you worried the Canucks are going to win too many games down the stretch and knock themselves out of a top pick in this year's draft? That is the big question for tonight. Peter says, like your channel, RevTrev. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hope to go to a game sometime. Never been. And now's the time because tickets are dirt cheap because we keep losing. Brian says, I hope Devils have a big game. I got Jack, Heischer, and both Devils goalies in fantasy and continue to back on the tank. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Oh, my Lord says, tank, baby, tank. 1 win. Okay, that's all those. Now we need to lose 4 in a row. Now Rod thinks we need to lose more as well because he wants to be getting Gavin McKenna. Brian's all about the team tank. He has been for a while. Flashes of something, Peter says. Volcano, green, lava, orange, Friday. What is this? What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay. Can I join you on the channel? Possibly. I got to check out your stuff. To be honest, SGA, I just don't invite anybody on the channel. I usually watch their stuff or know someone personally. So, but I'm open to it. Maybe we can have more conversation later on. But yeah, I like it that you've got the take on the Sharks and that whole the Bay vibe, So let's talk, because we've got some time to consider it, and I want to check out your channel too. Do you have a bunch of videos in there? I think you would, right? So I was wondering if the vets wanted to show Foot that they heard him, and now they will tune Foot out. Shannon, I mean, really, I just don't think we're good enough, right? So Philip's excited about the Brock. He's using the new emoji there. You can't see it on this stream because I'm streaming to multiple platforms. But Philip is also using the team tank. And you'll wear your Sharks jersey. I love it. I love it when people come on and wear their jerseys. So that would make me happy. You were choppy a second ago. Okay, so we can't go much longer. I hope Canucks break the draft curse and finally gets the number one. I agree. I want that too. Flashes of tanking. Got a young team future look. Yeah, it's like I was chopping out and it looked like that. So got a young team. Future looks good. Yeah, you know what, Peter? We can build on these young players, right? If the Canucks want a better chance at getting the first overall pick, trade for Taylor Hall, right? Who's going to be in the Super Snore? What do you mean a Super Snore? I'm not sure. As we simulcast on Tuesday. What are we talking about here? I'll wear my Sharks jersey, and then SGA. How can I need to figure out how to get a hold of you other than through YouTube. Can you hit me up? Like, are you on X or Facebook? Just follow my channel on that and then message me. I'll follow you back, and then we can have a conversation for sure. That would be great. Brian says Kane's been playing last few games. I think for Bluger, or you say Burger, a few more games and then trade him as a package. I don't know. Maybe that you can do that. Maybe we can. Peter, who gets traded next? I think it's Kane. Brian thinks it's Bluger. No, Brian's posting that because you spelt Bluger wrong. You put Burger. Who are we getting in the draft? I think there's like 4 guys that I'd be really happy with right now. I'm going to do a whole bunch of draft videos, so make sure you stay. Okay, you're on X, so great. Just follow me on there. I'm going to it right now. And let's see. Are you already following me? SGA Sports Talk. No, I can't find you on there. So you let me know. Please follow me in there. I can't message you on X for some reason. It won't let me send you any messages on X. It says you can't message that user. What? Okay, go on to my one tonight that I'm doing. I'm live right now on X. Post a comment in there. Let's see. That would be awesome. If you did that. That'd be great. If you could do that and then just let me know, just post a comment on the actual live stream. That would be great. Kane and Marcus Pettersson, that's who you think is going to get traded. I really would be surprised if Marcus Pettersson gets traded. If for whatever reason we land on pick number 3, McKenna and Stenberg are picked, who are you taking? I'm not going to answer that question right now because I'm going to make a video on that. And so you're going to be shocked to see who I would pick there. Jack, good to see you. I'm doing well. How are you doing? It should be going really good. So I've been chilling. You've been chilling. Okay. SGA Sports Talk. Is that how you spell your name on there? Like, I don't really want to go through this whole night doing that. So go to my channel and comment on the video that is going on right now. That'd be great on X. Jack says Verhoff in that season. I mean, Verhoff would be a great one. Yeah, that it's going to be a good video about the draft. There are some really, like, you might be shocked at who. Yeah, I don't want to give away too much, but it might be a shocking one coming up soon. Kane or EP40 trade. I just want to go on record. I do not think EP40 is getting traded. I know a lot of fans want him traded. If they were going to trade him, they would have traded him already by now. But I think it's just clickbait, everyone, honestly. And I'm sorry to bust your bubble, please. So, yeah, number 3, that right hand shot D, 6'4". Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he looks good. He looks good. Did you see Wright might be available? I did not see that. If that's the case, I like him a lot. Kane and Garland next to go. Steve, that's a bold prediction. I think the Kane one's going. I don't think we're trading Garland, but maybe you're right, and maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. Shane Wright is on the Kraken. I don't know what we'd have to give up to get him. That's amazing. I just need to see if he's responded yet. Where am I? I don't see any comments there yet, bro. Just comment on X. Okay. I bet Rev's third pick is Ryan Lawrence or Caleb Malhotra. Okay, guys, just so you know, that Caleb Malhotra guy looks good. He looks good. It's not Ryan Lawrence. It's Teran Lawrence, I think. But Caleb Malhotra looks fantastic. I'll wait to see the video of that. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that are good there. How much cap space do we have now? That's a good question. Tyron stupid. Yeah, autocorrect sucks. Sorry. I should have looked down before I do that. Okay, let's go back to the draft pick or the cap space. Puckpedia would have us. So it says current cap space is 3.5 million that we have right now. That's the cap space. Apparently they're looking for a top 6 for him, EP40. They should. If you trade Elias Pettersson, you need to get a center in return because you can't go into next season with Hedl, Kempf. Actually, Kempf's he's probably not coming back. Hedl, Bluger. Is Bluger coming back? Rossi, Ratu, Sasson. That's not good. I mean, I don't think we do that. Garland, probably next captain. Okay. But that's possible. But Steve Preston thinks that we're trading Garland. So Jack says, I jump for joy. You jump for joy if we traded him. Yeah, I get that you're following me, man. You're just gonna have to comment on one of my things there. Yeah, that's how we're gonna go. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that anymore. You're gonna have to figure that out. Garland will not be the next captain. He's too short and can barely get over the boards. Hronek is the next captain. Oh, are you discriminating him because of his size? You know what, Steve? His entire life, everyone said he can't do this and can't do that. You can't play on the bantam rep team. You can't play at the junior level. You can't play in the NHL. You're too small. And Garland kept proving them wrong. And now you're in there and you're saying Garland will not be the next captain. He's too short and he can't even get over the boards. Hronek's the next captain. And Garland is going to watch this and say, you know what, Steve, watch me. Watch me. And you know what? Garland is probably going to, if he becomes the next captain of the Vancouver Canucks, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh. So, Jack says, I bet Seattle likes EP40, right? And their first or EP40. I'd even add something. I would be open to that. I would be open to that. I don't know if I would do it, but I mean, it's in the right direction for sure. Hey, Trev, I was thinking of possible EP40 trade, and I was wondering what you think of EP40 for Byfield. I think LA is probably not going to give up Byfield, but I don't know. That's a good question. Let me just bring that up. Byfield, Quentin Byfield. So just looking at his seasons here. So 81, 54. I mean, if they're smart, they'd say yes to this, right? But like he's only got 28 points in 48 games. He's not having the career that they were hoping. The most he scored is 55 points. I don't like that deal. I think Byfield is a little bit overrated if you ask me. But like he doesn't hit, he doesn't block shots. Yeah. I think he's okay. I think that EP40 is better. I'd rather keep him, but where is Rossi? Is he coming back? He's injured. He's rehabbing and he's planning on coming back. That's all we know. Foot says it was right there. Yes, Callum, you're right. It was right there for the Canucks to win. Jack says Seattle needs a star player. They won't get better than EP40. They haven't developed right. Yeah, they haven't developed right the right way. Pretty realistic if you ask me. I'd love that because Wright is only 20. That's a good point. That's a good point. Now, when we go to Wright, let's just go to Wright here. Shane Wright. First round for fourth overall. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about still early in his development. Last year was his best year by a mile because he played like a whole season and got 44 points. This year he's awful. He's awful. 48 games, 17 points. Ben, 17 points in 48 games. Yeah. So Coach Rob is back. You think he would rock beside McKenna? I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Garland is a good player. Maybe an A on his jersey. Yeah, I like that. Steve says if EP40 goes to Seattle, then we finally will have the I-5 rivalry that the NHL wanted long ago. That's a good point. You have StreamYard. Okay, that's cool. That's great. Still need you to post on X. So, yeah, it's probably not letting you. Why is it not letting me find you? There is nobody there. Nobody there. Weird. Okay. Did you hear Frank Cervelli said EP40 would get more than JT Miller because of the center market? Teams are higher on him than we all think. I agree, Jack. I agree. The reason why we didn't get much for JT Miller because he had a no trade clause and he only wanted to go to New York. That's why. We could have got way more than for JT Miller, but and if Pedersen says that too and says I don't want to go to Seattle or I don't want to go to he acts as anything. If he doesn't want to go to Carolina, whoever wants to trade for him, he can axe it. He's got that power. So, or he says, I only want to go to this one team or these two teams, right? Callum says Garland is getting traded. Nobody even considered fighting Tom Wilson for nearly ending Heedle's career. I know. I was kind of surprised about that. EP40 for 3 first rounders, Peter. I'd be open to that, but I don't know if a team would be open to that. Wright would be nice to have. Just don't trade a first round pick for him. Okay. Jack says EP40 will fall on the ice again and end up in Seattle. Okay. Just don't trade a first pick for who? For EP40? I mean, it's got to be more than that. Alfred, I'm open to having an intern captain. 1 or 2 of the vets may be good candidates for the title, but I wouldn't be in a rush to find the next captain. No, they're not in a rush. They're not in a rush. If we could go back to 2020 with what you know now, what trades would you make? Oh, that's a tough one. 2020 Canucks roster. So that's the Bo Horvat one, right? So Horvat, Miller, Elias Pettersson, Brendan Suter, Jake Virtanen. You know what? We got Quinn Hughes there. I don't know if this could have been possible, but I would have signed Hronek to the $8 million or 8.5 that he wanted. I would have signed Miller to that as well. And then seen how the team developed and then seen what you could do with EP40. Maybe you could sign him for a little less. Maybe you could trade him. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Don't gloss over my point. Who in the world is going to rush to play for Vancouver when we don't even protect our own, Rev? Okay, well, first of all, Callum, you don't have to get testy. We're just having fun here. But is your point that we're not tough enough? Yeah, I agree. Guess what? There's a lot of garbage teams out there right now. That's a fact. So people, you know why people want to play for us? Because we offer them a higher contract than other teams do. That's how when your team stinks like this, you want a free agent, you got to overpay them to come. That's why we got Tyler Myers for what we got. No one else offered him 6 times 6. Nobody offered him $6 million times 6 years. So, RevTrev for coach. Nope. I would not be a good coach. I'm not there. I'd be a terrible coach. Jim, I wouldn't mind trying that, but not a coach. So, anyways, I got to run, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you. We had over 60 people in the stream tonight, and we're trying to rock on. And hope you guys are all doing really well. I got to run. But I'm glad the stream didn't glitch out too much tonight. So have a great night. I'll see you next week, or maybe Sunday is the next time I'll be streaming, if I got that right. Yes. Sunday night or Monday night is when I'm going to be streaming next. So just a heads up on that. Yes, Sunday night, most likely I'll stream because it's the Pittsburgh game. So I'll do a post-game show, but it'll be late, like 9:30 p.m. late if I end up doing that, which I think I will. Okay? Have a great night, everyone. And go Canucks, go. Believe in blue. And Tank Nation, baby. Good to see you.